Live streaming is the freaking future. Today I'm going to be talking all about live streaming, specifically for musicians. As a musician, live streaming has changed my life. Like, oh my gosh, I can't even begin to say how I feel. It's been a game changer for me. Living in LA and like lugging my keyboard all around town to do these gigs for like $50 can get a little discouraging over time. Not only have I built a fan base all over the world, my weirdo crew, I love y'all. It's been an amazing, consistent source of income, and the experience is something you really can't get anywhere else. And I feel that live streaming gives us as artists an opportunity to build a fan base without a huge budget to have to tour with, without being signed. Anyways, I just can't say enough good things about it, and I want to help any musicians that are watching this get started, just so that you can see it for yourselves, the kind of community that's here. Just seriously the most supportive people ever. And once you get over this little technical hump and just the culture in general of Twitch, once you get all that figured out, you're gonna be working from home, you're gonna be your own boss, you're gonna be able to experiment and do whatever the freak you want. To be honest, this is a really complex, deep topic. This is my starter kit, beginners, Twitch 101, what you guys need to know to start streaming your music today. So if you're still living in the Stone Age and you don't have a Twitch account, let's make you one, boo. I'm gonna walk you through how to start an account. You're just gonna put in your username, your birthday, your email, that sort of thing. Then you're gonna verify your email. It'll also ask you what topics you're most interested in. I just put like art, chatting, and music, obviously. Then you'll come to the home page, and this is where you can see all the channels that are live, all the different categories of channels. I really highly suggest, this is like my biggest tip for starting, is watch other music streamers. There's a real culture around Twitch, and there are certain etiquettes and I don't want to say rules, but just like guidelines on how to be courteous towards the people in chat, the community in general, other streamers, and that's something that you can't really learn, you just have to experience. First few months when I started, I was watching tons of other streamers and actually going in chat and talking to them. That's that. So then you go to your profile, and here's where you can edit your panels, which is basically your bio. In these panels, you can have an About Me section. You can also have links to social media. I also have on my bio my latest YouTube video and other things that I'm promoting, like merch or new releases. But this is basically just a place where someone comes to your channel and has no idea who you are. They can get to your music easily. They can get to your social media easily. They can find more out about you. I'm not gonna go super deep on gear because this is literally an endless topic, and it took me 6 or 7 months to
get my ish together and have an actual high quality stream.
Yeah. There's a lot to this, and I definitely intend on making more in-depth videos on my exact current setup, but it took me a long time to build to this, and I understand when you're just starting, you need a baseline setup for a couple reasons. First, to get started quicker, and 2, to not throw a whole bunch of money down straight out the gate. We'll build up to that, but today I'm gonna be telling you some cheap options on just how to have a baseline setup. The first thing you're gonna need is a computer. When I say computer, I don't mean a laptop. A laptop's not gonna work unless you have like a 32 gig MacBook Pro or a specific editing laptop. Most people have 18 to 16 gig RAM. That's just not enough for streaming. Just as far as hardware goes, the computer muscle matters. Cool, so you've got your computer. We're assuming it's a desktop right now. I already said my piece about laptops. If you have a desktop, this is what you're gonna need. First is a webcam, and this is kind of obvious, but you need to be seen. I started with the Logitech 1080p, but this guy's a great starter. I used this for like the first 6 months. It's really reliable, and I still use it as a second camera. He's just USB in, that's it. It is a little bit customizable, the contrast and the saturation and that stuff. So also 1080p is what I stream in anyways, even with my nicer camera, which I'll talk about in another video because it is more of an expense and it is a bit more of a setup. And I am going to leave all the links to everything I talk about down below. I did become an Amazon influencer, so I have my own storefront, and anything you buy through my store does give me a small percentage of the sales, so Much appreciated if you do end up going for any of the products I recommend. Ew, I'm eating in between because my camera keeps overheating. Moving on, audio. This is a whole thing too, and I'm literally gonna have to make an entire video on just the audio aspect because it gets so complicated. If you don't already have a microphone, going to Amazon and getting a USB microphone is the best way to go. It's just plug and play. It's really quick and simple. You don't even need a DAW such as Ableton or Pro Tools. You can just literally go into the software that I'm going to be telling you about in a minute. So if you're a musician that already has a home studio with a microphone and an interface and all that, go for it. On a Mac, you're going to be fine. On a PC, I'm going to make a video for you later on that. USB mic is the way to go. I'll leave a couple options down below. Also, in regards to the microphone, I used a regular mic stand for the majority of my streaming. However, I found this mic stand that's very podcasty, I feel. You can basically screw it on to the side of your desk. It's a little bit more out of the way and you can move it around a little bit easier. So I definitely suggest putting your microphone on one of these instead. So if you have multiple instruments, I suggest getting an interface. An interface basically just allows you to route multiple inputs, guitars and pianos and outputs to headphones. I started with a Scarlett Focusrite. I have an RME, which is a bit higher of a price point than the Focusrite, but it does a lot more things and has more features. If you simply want to just play piano, I suggest a MIDI controller. And the reason for this is you can go direct into your computer through USB. And in a DAW, you'll be able to pull up a MIDI piano sound. I did that for, I still do that. I've got this Korg Kronos here and it's a beast. It's a workstation, but I literally use it as a MIDI controller for live streaming because if I do want to change sounds or something, it's a lot easier to do it on the fly through Ableton for me. If you're doing the desktop setup, you really can't have it coming out of speakers and it to sound right. You need to go through headphones. It coming from the room is okay, like if it's the last resort, but I would say going through headphones through your interface is probably the best way to go. I have these large Scarlett headphones that I use on occasion, but for the most part, I use something a little bit more discreet. These are custom JH Audio in-ears. I love JH so much. They are a bit pricier because they are custom molded to your ears and custom color. You know, I got that purple going on. But they do have similar in-ear monitors that aren't custom that can be just as discreet, and I'll leave those down in my Amazon link as well. In addition to this, I use a female to male 8-inch extender. This just gives me a little bit more room because headphones cables tend to be kind of short. Also, another big thing about using a desktop that I personally love and need when streaming are my 2 monitors. I started with an iMac, but since going to 2 monitors, I'm never going back. When you're streaming, you have multiple windows up, and if you're sharing your screen like I do when I use Ableton, it's a lot. So having 2 monitors has been a huge upgrade for me, and I will leave my recommendations down below and what I have. The last thing I want to talk about for desktop setup is my desk, and I'm pretty proud of myself for this, but I made this desk for free. For the longest time, I was so uncomfortable behind a traditional desk, and then putting the keyboard in front of it or like slightly next to it on an angle, like it was just always so uncomfortable to play. And what I did is I took a
old frame from IKEA. I took the top of the desk apart, and I took the frame and I put my keyboard over the top. For some reason, it like perfectly fit. And then I found a old IKEA bed frame on the side of the road, and literally went out there at like 2 a.m., took it apart with an Allen wrench, brought the wood back in, I saw it inside, and used wood glue to put the 2 panels together. Then I just taped it on the frame, and that's what I have my monitors on now.
X stands suck sitting behind for hours and hours. This allows me to have a lot of leg room. And if you're not a DIYer, there's other ways around it. They have keyboard stands that aren't X stands. They're like tabletop keyboard stands. Those can help. The other solution that's a little bit pricier are the stand sit desks. The automatic ones that actually have motors in them are like really expensive, but they also have like crank ones. For live streaming specifically with the keyboard, I realized that it just can get really uncomfortable really quickly at a standard desk. So finding something more customizable, I totally recommend. And then the last thing for desktop users, that I highly recommend if you have it, which you probably do, is connecting to your internet via Ethernet. This is something that not a lot of people think about, especially I feel like we're in a Wi-Fi age where it's just like, if you want to connect to the internet, it's Wi-Fi. But hardwiring to the internet, it'll give you a stronger connection. Just run a cable from your modem. Don't mess with it. Use Ethernet. So I think that about sums up the starter kit baseline gear for a desktop setup. So the physical gear is one side of it. The other side of it is software stuff. I personally use OBS and I also use Stream Elements. So this is where you can download OBS. They are partnered and they do work together. It's like a nice little integrated system that they have. So you're gonna go to streamelements.com, you're gonna connect your Twitch account, and then you're gonna download OBS for either Mac or Windows, whatever you have. Once it's done downloading, open the software, and you're gonna basically see a blank canvas. The first thing you're gonna wanna do is hook up your camera. Like I suggested before, using a USB webcam is the quickest and easiest way to get this started. You're gonna press the plus button and press video something. Rude, frigate. Whatever, I'm just, everything's messing up. Making videos is hard. I just wanna stream. So yeah. You're gonna add your webcam, or even if your computer already has a built-in webcam, use that. In the device drop-down, you should see either your webcam or the internal camera. It allows you to change the frame size, but for the most part, just keep that standard at 1080. Yay! You're one step closer to streaming. You can also add color correction or filters to this. Right-click on the camera, pull up filters. Sometimes I'll add a little bit of like a purple hue, or I'll bring up the sharpening or bring down the contrast. Also, lighting is key here. Then let's get into lighting, because lighting is super important. Anything video, lighting is the most important thing. So when I first started out streaming, I had a like $20 ring light that I got from Amazon, and I just kind of like hooked it up to the top of my monitor. However, now I use these two LED lights that come on tripod stands, and these are really great because they have adjustable cool and warm settings. They also can run on battery. Another option you can use is Aeffect lights or Philips Hue lights. Some of them do get brighter than others, and I would say to get the brightest ones possible. And I still use these even with my LEDs to kind of create a little bit more of like a purple ambiance behind me. They're another good cheap option. Cool, so your video's looking good, you're getting happy with it. Now we need to deal with audio. Do the exact same thing that you do with the video, except it'll be audio input device. A step up from this would be to have the USB mic go through your DAW, such as Ableton and Pro Tools, put some effects on it, a little bit of reverb, and then route Ableton through OBS. How you do this is you do the same thing as you would if you were just connecting your mic directly. You press new audio input device, and you find your computer desktop. That is usually where your DAW is coming out of, and if it's not, just go into your DAW settings and have the output be your desktop. It'll be named some audio driver. For Mac, it's Core Audio. For PCs, it's like Direct whatever. And then now comes the fun part, and where having OBS and Stream Elements integrated is really handy. We're gonna go back to Stream Elements, go to the top menu and click Overlays. They have templates. Some of them are a little outrageous, so I'm gonna show you how I build one from scratch. These overlays can be really simple. This just gives viewers a little bit more information about your stream and what's most important. The first thing you can put is text, just being like, hey, welcome to my channel, or this is who I am, or hey, doing music today. Anything that you feel is most important outside of what the title of your stream already is through Twitch. You can also add images, promotional things for your new music coming out, or a watermark of your logo in the corner. And then you can also add widgets, and these widgets are really cool and what kind of makes the stream a little bit more visually interactive. This is really important to make it feel like when someone's interacting with you, they're a part of the stream. You can put an activity feed where you see followers pop up on your screen when people follow you. Another widget that's really important to utilize is the goal widget. Specifically, when you're first starting out, have a follower goal of 50 to 100 and put the little progress bar in the corner. People on Twitch are really supportive and want to help you with your goals and want you to excel. Followers is a really great place to start on your path to affiliate. So now that you have your overlay, go to that overlay, press the little pencil edit button. So just an edit. And there used to be a pencil here, but there is not a pencil anymore. It is the 3 dots. And you copy that link. Now we're gonna go back to OBS. In scenes, we're gonna add a source again. This time we're gonna click web browser and literally just copy the stream element link into OBS and press OK. And now you'll see on your screen that you have your overlay. This is a really basic video audio overlay template, and this is pretty much all you need to stream. Streaming from your mobile device. You may think I'm crazy recommending this over a laptop, but iPhones or Androids are gonna fare so much better than a laptop when it comes to streaming because of apps. I use this mobile setup for when I'm on tour and I want to IRL stream the gigs that I'm doing, and it has been pretty fail-proof. There's literally only been 1 gig where I didn't have cellular signal and my stream cut out and I couldn't stream. And in this video too, you can see I have a tripod and I love this freaking tripod to death. Can we just take a moment to appreciate my rig? Like, vlog, stream, and it's like a selfie stick, but you can do it as like a tripod too. It's pretty much the best thing ever. I'm gonna show you this app. It's Prism Studio. Yeah. I don't know how to really show this, to be honest. There you are, streaming your first stream. Wow. Here's the home screen. You swipe left and you can see here all of your options. You can add music, you can put a video or text, and then this little web icon is where you then put the link from Stream Elements into here. There's my logo on there with my activity feed and my little goal up here. And this is literally the only streaming app I found where you can put overlays. Yeah, I really like this app. I've never had a problem with it. I would suggest my mobile rig. Even if you're just in your house, put the tripod on the floor. I have a little ring light that you can just clip onto it. There's also lenses that you can get. You could connect a lav mic or some external microphone. And when I was having a lot of issues building my desktop, I just did stripped down streams on the floor in my bedroom with my guitar, or I would set my piano amp up and just run my Chronos through the amp and just have it kind of play in the room softly behind me and sing. And for me, the iPhone mic is not that bad. The camera is great. The only thing I would suggest for this is having chat up on an iPad or a laptop next to you, just because the chat on this is not that big. And for IRL streams, I have to use the chat that's just on here. It'll float in front of your face kind of on the side. So I had the chat on my laptop. The only other thing I have to say for the mobile setup is having multiple backup batteries. It runs through battery quicker than it charges, seriously. Like, I've had it plugged into the wall before and it still died. I have 3 external little portable batteries on hand at all times when I do IRL streaming. Or if you're just at home, get an extension cord and just keep it hardwired plugged in. Don't start a stream below 50% and have it charging. So yeah, that's just one thing. Your phone's gonna die quickly. I love streaming on my phone. I've never had an issue with it. I feel cell service can be more reliable than crappy Wi-Fi. So if you have crappy Wi-Fi, this is a great place to start. So I kind of mentioned it, but Twitch has levels of streamers. When you just start out, the whole goal is to get to affiliate. When you're an affiliate, you're able to receive tips and subs, begin having a source of revenue through it. Go to your creator dashboard and you'll see path to affiliate, and you'll see a checklist of things that your stream needs to accomplish before you can become an affiliate. I think it took me about a month. The hardest part is becoming partner after that, because I'm not even partner yet and I've been streaming for a year now. So that takes some time, but being affiliate is just as rewarding. That's kind of the basics for like a basic desktop setup and having a mobile setup. Both are great places to start. I just wanted to put something out there because I know so many people, especially with everything going on in the world, people are so excited to start live streaming. And again, I will go into depth on how I built my PC with my mods and where I'm at now. I also want to get more into what it takes to become a successful streamer, making money and making more fans. I also want to talk about what your stream consists of, because the way that you structure it is really important. So I'm going to be making all of those videos. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and like this video if you want me to talk about Twitch and live streaming more. If you have any questions, if I wasn't clear on anything, let me know down below. I will totally answer your questions. But live streaming is just one of those things that you just kind of have to do. And be a viewer. Watch other live streamers, because there really is a cool culture about it. And the more that you watch it, the more that you'll understand it for you to be able to stream yourself. Go check out Shinobu Weirdo. Just saying. Thanks for watching this video, and I will see you next time. Later. I am donating 50% of what I make on merch and CD sales to the World Health Organization Response Fund. Visit my store today and support my small business as well as others all around the world struggling with this pandemic. Thank you, and stay weird.